What is going on, everyone? Today I have something special for you guys. It's going to be different, and it's all about something we all love: ice cream. You love ice cream, I love ice cream, everybody loves ice cream. If you don't like ice cream, you're lying. You like ice cream. You've seen me make anabolic ice cream before. If it's in a Ninja blender, if it's in a food processor, you just get 60 cups of ice cream and it's delicious and it's amazing. But today we have something different. Most guys, they like video games. They go buy the latest game system. Me, this is what I go by. A Ninja Creami. I saw this thing and I was just like, I have to get it. I mean, we all love ice cream. That's why we like protein ice cream so much, because you get to eat a blender full of ice cream and it fills you up, and it's a lot of ice cream, and we all love ice cream. But this thing, Ninja Creami, we are testing this out. We are going for a run with the Ninja Creami. We're gonna see, is it worth it? Because this thing is expensive. It is not cheap. It's over $200. So that better be some good ice cream coming out of this thing. So let's make some ice cream. So how does this thing work? Well, you have a pint of ice cream, right? You get 3 of these containers with this package, and you just fill this up with whatever you want, and you freeze it for 24 hours. And you take this, you put it in here, you take the top off, and then you put this lid on. And this lid, it has spinner blades. They're not very sharp, but it has those 4 blades right there looking like a ceiling fan. And all this does is you put it right on top of this container. You put this thing in the machine, and there's a blade. There's a little stick thing dangling from the top, and that thing goes up and down, and that thing goes up and down with this thing inside. So you got this thing right here, you got your pint of ice cream right underneath, and those blades are just going up and down throughout the ice cream the entire time, and at the end of it, this should be creamy ice cream. And of course, I couldn't just do one flavor for you guys, so I did 3 flavors. We got a chocolate, because everybody loves chocolate ice cream, just such a classic flavor. We had to do chocolate. We got salted caramel, because, salted caramel is one of my favorite flavors of ice cream. And you know, it's basic season, it's fall time. We had to get those spices in here, so apple pie ice cream. We're gonna break all 3 of these down one at a time. Where do you guys want to start? I'm thinking we start with chocolate. So for the chocolate ice cream, I'll have the entire recipe down below, but this whole pint is 120 calories. That is insane. If this is good, it's a game changer. So in here, the main chocolate flavors are coming from Hershey's sugar-free chocolate syrup, as well as dark cocoa powder. Dark cocoa powder is different than regular cocoa powder. It's darker in color. It just tastes better. It's less bitter. I really like it. So we got both of those in here. We got some sugar-free maple syrup. We got some xanthan gum for less ice crystals. We got some almond milk. We got some pudding mix, chocolate pudding mix. This has been freezing for 24 hours, so let's give this a spin. But this goes right in here, and then we're gonna put the lid on, and the blades are in here. Whoops, sorry guys. I did not know this thing was freaking hanging on the machine, but I got my cable extender over here just so I can have this on the table close to the camera. Lock and load. And there's different functions. There's ice cream, there's light ice cream, which makes sense because this is a lower calorie ice cream. There's also sorbet and smoothie bowl. Do I know the difference between all of those? Absolutely not. I have no idea, but I think this machine runs from 1.5 minutes to 2.5 minutes. And so basically, I believe that sorbet has more water content than ice cream, so it's just gonna run closer to 2.5 minutes. And if you click ice cream, it's gonna run closer to 1.5 minutes. So even though this is ice cream, it has a lot of almond milk in it. Almond milk is basically a nut with a lot of water. So I'm gonna click sorbet just because I think sorbet is just gonna make this creamier, it's gonna process it better, and it's gonna be able to handle this bad boy way better. So sorbet it is. That was about 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. Let's take a look. So after clicking sorbet, this is what it's looking like. It seems crumbly, but let me try it out. Whoa. That just melted in my mouth. That was super creamy. But if you look at the texture, it seems just a little too crumbly. So what we're gonna do is lock and load this bad boy and hit that respin button. We're not gonna hit ice cream again, we're just gonna hit respin, let this thing get more creamy, and let's see what happens. And that respin is done, so let's take a look. Oh, whoa. Look at that. That looks so creamy. I need to try this out. Ready? Oh my God. This is so dense. Like, look at this. It just scoops out like regular ice cream, and then 120 calories for this entire pint. It's so creamy. There's not one ice crystal, there's not one ice chunk. This texture is literally better than those store-bought frozen light low-calorie ice creams, because those, first of all, those are usually at least 300 to 400 calories per pint, and you have to let them sit out for a while because they're a little icy and they freeze hard. But this thing, it's so fresh, and the creaminess, I don't even need these bad boys. That's how creamy it is. Wow, I'm so impressed. Oh, by the way, the sweetness for this, if you look at Ben & Jerry's, right? This whole pint has 75 grams of sugar. Well, this whole pint has 80 grams of erythritol. I just took the regular sugar that you would find in regular ice cream, subbed it for a 0-calorie sweetener. But I'm gonna put the lid back on this because we got some apple pie ice cream to make. For the apple pie ice cream, I took this apple pie filling, basically used half the can, 300 grams of this, poured it right in, put in a bunch of almond milk, a little bit of xanthan gum, a pinch of salt, some extra cinnamon for those basic fall time vibes, a bunch of vanilla extract, and I just shook it all up. I just made sure that everything was well incorporated. There's chunks of apples in here. You can see it's not like a liquid at all, but let's see if this creamy can turn this into some fresh apple pie ice cream. And this stuff is sugar-free apple pie filling, so it's really low calorie. This entire pint is 132 calories. Sorbet. I'm hitting the respin button. I'm not even gonna take a look because I don't wanna open this thing. I know it's not gonna be perfectly creamy. There's a lot of water in this. It's apple pie filling, it's almond milk. I'm not using heavy cream and stuff, so respin. First bite. That apple pie flavor, this is the best apple pie ice cream I've ever had, because I've never had apple pie ice cream before, I don't think. It's not perfectly creamy. It's a little crumbly in the middle, so I'm just gonna go for one more respin. Who said you can only click the respin button once? You can click it as many times as you want. Oh man, there we go. Right there. Do you see how creamy that is? Look at that. You can literally just get a perfect, so smooth, the scoop. Time to make the salted caramel ice cream. The salted caramel ice cream. The main flavors are coming from sugar-free maple, butterscotch pudding mix, and caramel extract. These three things combined with a little bit of salt, some xanthan gum, some almond milk, you know the deal. This is the lowest calorie one out of all of them. This whole pint is 80 calories. Oh, by the way, I know none of these ice creams have a lot of protein. I didn't put protein powder in them purposely because it is so easy for me to hit my protein. I eat a lot of protein. I eat enough protein regardless, and I would rather, instead of putting protein powder in this ice cream, I would just eat this ice cream and then eat a protein bar on the side. It's more satiating that way for me. But if you want more protein than this, no big deal, just throw in a scoop of protein powder. It's gonna make it a little higher calorie and a little more protein. Let's take the salted caram for a spin. What is going on? This is so creamy. Not as cold, but there's not one ice chunk. It is insane. So I've noticed with all three of the ice creams, right? The outside, there's like a thin layer of ice because the container is so cold, right? So everything is really, really creamy, and there's just like a really, really thin layer of iciness around it. So I bet if you just let it sit out for, I don't know, 10 minutes, that would be gone. But that thin layer of ice doesn't bother me at all. Because I mean, 99% of this is perfect creaminess. You can just paint over it and it's just so creamy and you can flatten it out. It's actual thick, dense ice cream. Look at this. Like, this is thick ice cream. This is actual ice cream. It is so creamy. And by the way, I'm not comparing this to Ben & Jerry's because these are low calorie pints. I'm comparing this to your typical store-bought low calorie ice cream, and this stuff, it honestly tastes better because you can control the flavor, so you could add as much flavor. You could just jam it with caramel extract, vanilla extract, pudding mix. You could pick your own flavor. You could do whatever you want. This is my favorite flavor out of all three of them. It's the lowest calorie one and it literally tastes the best. 80 calories for this. That is ridiculous. I've tasted all of these. I've tried all of these. I've got 3 recipes for you guys. So let's just talk about the Ninja Creami for a little bit. While I sip on my coffee, this thing, is it worth over $200? I mean, depends. How much do you like ice cream? I love ice cream. Before I ever had a protein ice cream, I was eating pints of low calorie light ice creams. The ones that were like 300 calories a pint, 400 calories a pint. I would have that entire pint and it was amazing. It was delicious. Brownies and cookie dough enlightened was my absolute favorite flavor, my favorite low calorie pint of ice cream. And this thing beats those pints. So for me, I would say it's worth it. It comes with 3 pints, so I can always have 3 different flavors in the freezer and whatever I feel like having that day. Pop it in, give it a spin, and then make a remake and just toss it back in the freezer, and the next day, I have 3 more flavors. So with this, for me, I would say it's worth it. But if you don't eat a lot of ice cream, then it might not be worth it. But if you're having something like, there's a lot of people that have a pint of Halo Top or a pint of Enlightened every single day. Pro tip, if you're gonna make low calorie ice creams like I did, light ice creams, the water content is higher. No matter what you do, click sorbet, click respin again. So 2 respins after the sorbet function, that's gonna give you the best results. But this thing, I am so impressed. I absolutely love this thing, and this was a great investment. So I'm very happy that I bought this. But that's it for this video. I wanted to give this thing a spin, see how it is, show you guys, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? What is the texture? And if you make really low calorie ice creams, does it actually handle it? Or do you have to have a bunch of creamy, high calorie ingredients for this thing to make good ice cream? But I would not be surprised if you just put a bunch of almond milk, put a scoop of protein powder, shook that thing up, put it in this thing after it was frozen. And I mean, I think it would be the best protein shake you've ever had, because it would literally be a soft serve protein shake. So thank you so much for watching this video. I have a lot of coffee and I have a lot of ice cream sitting and waiting for me. So let me know what you think about this thing. Are you interested by it? Do you care about it? Do you not care about it? I hope you care because you clicked on this video. Subscribe if you're new. Give the video a like if you liked it. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? Let me know, because I think mine has to be either peanut butter or cookie dough. Or maybe a peanut butter base with cookie dough in it. Let me know yours down below, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and if you want a sneak peek of what is gonna come hopefully soon on the channel, it's something I've been working on, something I'm trying to make better and perfect. The first half of it is what is in this container right here. And the second half of it is what this thing is right here. And I'm gonna give you a hint on what it might be. I'm gonna show you an ingredient. This ingredient is not in the recipe, but it's a hint. You know what this is, I know what this is. I will see you in the next one.